यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव
28th of February. This day is celebrated as the National Science Day in India to commemorate the discovery of the Raman Effect. The Raman Effect is a phenomenon in spectroscopy discovered by the eminent physicist Sir Chandrasekhara Venkata in 1928. He won the 1930 Nobel Prize in Physics for this remarkable discovery and was the first Asian to receive the award. The theme of National Science Day 2022 is Integrated Approach in Science and Technology for Sustainable Future. Sir Raman had said, "I would like to tell the young men and women before me not to lose hope and courage. Success can only come to you by courageous devotion to the task lying in front of you." Inspired by his words, we at Delhi Public School, Durgapur, have put in our effort to celebrate the day in our own way. We hereby pay our homage to the great scientist through the program that follows now.
Integrated approach in science and technology for a sustainable future. Integration of science is based on 4 pillars, and these are coming together of all science ministries and departments to work on the theme-based approach of problem solving. Extended science integration aligned with technical engineering and medical institutes. Extra science integration that is aligned with line. The theme has been chosen for raising public awareness of the scientific problems. National Science Day is celebrated in India on 28th February to mark the discovery of the Raman Effect by Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman. Raman Effect: change in the wavelength of light that occurs when a light beam is deflected by molecules. When a beam of light traverses a dust-free transparent sample of a chemical compound, a small fraction of light emerges in direction other than that of incident incoming beam.
The full name of Dr. C.V. Raman is Dr. Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman. He was born on 7th November 1988 and died on 21st of November 1970. He was an Indian physicist well known for his work in the field of light scattering. He was the first person from Asia to receive a Nobel Prize in any branch of science. In 1924, he was elected as the Fellow of the Royal Society early in his career and was knighted in 1929. In 1930, he received the Nobel Prize in Physics. He received the Franklin Medal in 1941. He also received the Bharat Ratna in 1954, which is the highest civilian award in India. In 1957, he also received Lenin Peace Prize. The American Chemical Society and the Indian Association of Cultivation of Sciences in 1998 recognized Raman's discovery as an international historic chemical landmark. On 28th February every year, we celebrate National Science Day in India to commemorate his discovery of the Raman Effect in 1928 in his honor. Raman received a major heart attack while working in his laboratories in 1970.
I am the master of my failure. If I never fail, how will I ever learn? By Dr. C.V. Raman. Dr. Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman's contribution to science and his innovative research has helped India and the world. He was born on 7th November 1888 in Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. His father was a lecturer in mathematics and physics, so at a young age he was exposed to an academic environment. Due to his father's interest, he appeared for the Financial Civil Services examination and topped it. In 1907, he went to Calcutta and joined as the Assistant Accountant General. But in the spare time, he went to the laboratory for doing research at the Indian Association of Cultivation for Sciences. His job was very hectic, but then also he continued his research work in night due to his core interest in science. He is best known for his discovery of Raman Effect, or the theory related to the scattering of light.
What are bionics? The artificial body parts that help in performing normal biological activities. One such example is mechanical limbs. People who are unfortunately limbless are the ones vulnerable to these. Besides the physical attachment to these prostheses, some teams are working on limbs that can be controlled by people more naturally by developing EMG sensors that help in decoding the electrical transmissions from the muscles of the residual limbs and translate them into movements. Thus, the user only has to think about moving their leg. Another such example is the bionic eye. Here, the surgeons implant bionic chip into the retina, and after that, the patients are made to wear glasses with video cameras inserted, connected to a computer. The visual scene is captured, and the signals are sent to the eye. So it's as if it's a natural vision. Thus, the next step in human evolution may not be biological, but technological. Thank you.
Advancement in science and technology is a pivotal factor for meeting the needs of weather forecasting. It is a result in integration in different aspects of weather forecasting that is helping us today to predict weather conditions far more better. Some advances as a result of improved science and technology includes improving guidance for hurricane track, intensity and storm surge forecast, developing an end-to-end air quality forecast capability, implementation of weather scale and fully coupled numerical weather prediction system. These new and enhanced services are helping us today in the field of weather forecasting.
A doctor, an engineer, two vastly different professions, seemingly different worlds. But what if there would exist an intersection between the two, providing innovation and service to successfully bridge the gap between healthcare and engineering solutions? This mind-boggling intersection is biomedical technologies like 3D bioprinting, which uses bioinks to print real human tissues with all the functions of their natural counterparts, or surgical robots like the Da Vinci or STAR, which in 2016 outperformed even human surgeons in suturing intestinal incisions.
When we talk about robots doing the task of human, we often talk about the future. But robotic surgery is already a reality. In robotic surgery, the procedure is performed using a surgical robot. It acts like a superior surgical tool and does not perform any surgery on its own. It has a camera arm and mechanical arms with surgical tool attached to them. The surgeon controls the arm while seated at a computer console near the operating table. The robot replicates the exact hand movement of the surgeon. Armed with Endurance technologies, these robotic instruments can move like the human wrist. The console gives the surgeon a high-definition, magnified 3D view of the surgical site. It enhances better precision through tiny incisions. The common surgeries performed are hysterectomy, prostate removal, treatment for rectal cancer, head and neck surgery, and tumors in chest.
Today, the weather is changing drastically. Extreme weather events have become a common sight. Predicting our weather conditions is no more a child's play. Failure of prediction in the recent past few years have been a big headache for us, leading to constant problems. But thankfully, we get a ray of hope to our latest innovation, LEMUR. LEMUR? Low Earth Multi-Use Receiver. It is equipped to capture atmospheric radio occultation profiles. It is one of a kind, a latest weather scanner. It is being seen as a greatest developments in the field of weather forecasting.
Biodegradable polymers are defined as polymers comprised of monomers linked to one another through functional groups and have unstable links in the backbone. They were discovered with the objective to control the damage caused to the environment during their disposal. They can be easily degraded by microorganisms within a reasonable period, ensuring that they have a minimal environmental impact. Some of the properties of biodegradable polymers are: until degraded, they can retain good mechanical integrity. Biodegradable polymers are non-toxic. They are hydrophilic. Since they have extremely strong carbon backbones, they are difficult to crack. Degraded usually begins at the end groups. Now, some of the benefits of using them are: it's easy to recycle them. Recycling helps to reduce landfill waste, and the recycled bio-waste can also be used as compost or as renewable energy source for biogas production. The amount of waste generated is reduced. Biodegradable plastic degrades in a matter of months depending on the material used to make it and the method of disposal. Lastly, they consume less energy during their manufacture.
Current lithium-ion battery technology is moving on from nickel-based chemistry to lithium-iron phosphate (LFP), led by Tesla. TSLA plus 3.6% LFP adoption will go some way to make electric vehicles for more affordable prices.
A lot of pollution all around the world. Some of this pollution is in such places where it is hazardous for human beings to venture. So, a lot of leading tech companies have come up with indigenous ideas so that the human lives are not mattered but the places are cleaned as well. A lot of leading business influential people all around the world don't have any time for their house to be cleaned, neither do they want to hire maids. So, there's a lot of things like Roombas, which is a circular robot which cleans the house much better and faster than any person can. This is what unmanned cleaning is, cleaning places without needing a human to monitor it.
Biotechnology is the technological employment of microorganisms, plant cells, animal cells, their components or biological processes to generate products and services useful to human beings. Modern biotechnology is the use of genetically modified organisms or genetically engineered plant and animal cells in developing production technologies that not only enhance the productivity but also give rise to new products. Application of biotechnology in agriculture involves scientific techniques such as genetically modified organisms, Bt cotton, pest-resistant plants, etc. It helps in modifying plants, animals, and microorganisms and improve their agricultural productivity. Techniques like tissue culture and genetic engineering are also used. It is also used to improve the nutritional content of variety of crops in an effort to meet the needs of an increasing population. In medicine, modern biotechnology provides significant applications in such areas such as pharmacogenomics, recombinant insulin, genetic testings, especially parental diagnosis, and gene therapy. Pharmacogenomics will result in the following benefits, which is development of tailor-made medicines, more accurate methods of determining appropriate drug dosages, improvement in the drug discovery and approval process, and better vaccines.
This year's theme, Integrated Approach in Science and Technology for Sustainable Future, is the only way out of the darkening future we are creating. Scientists, doctors, environmentalists, social activists, and people from all streams have to work together to cater to the goal of a sustainable future, defined by the UN to include eradication of poverty and hunger, ensuring good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, climate action, etc. Examples of such technologies are already in place, like the usage of mobile technology and managing irrigation in agricultural practices, robotic surgery, gene therapy, aerial robotics to monitor extreme weather conditions, and so on. But they need an impetus. As correctly said by the Union Minister of Atomic Energy, Jitendra Singh, celebrations of important scientific days should not remain a one-day event, and there is a need to build upon this on a regular basis. Hence, we, as the future of the world, do not only have to implant the seeds of desire to change the world, but we have to water that seed every day till it becomes that tree will be the reason of success of this noble theme. Thank you.